Hello everybody, Jayborino here. Welcome back, continuing my playthrough of the StarCraft 2 campaign collection. We're going to start the Legacy of the Void campaign proper this time, after finishing the prologue last time. Far above the Zerg-infested jungles of Aiur, the young hierarch of the unified Protoss, Artanis, has assembled the Golden Armada to retake his people's ancient homeworld. As the Templar forces prepare themselves for war, a small band of warriors fight a desperate battle to establish a beachhead within the ruins on the planet's surface. So, every time we start the new campaigns, we watch the cinematics. In the future, all the dialogue, cinematic-related stuff will be at the end of each video.
The swarm brought ruin to our world. Our proud people became refugees. And yet, they could not shatter our unity. For we are bound by the Khala, the sacred union of our every thought and emotion. Today, we retake our homeworld, and with it, our legacy.
He's pretty good. A great evil looms over the galaxy. The dark god Amon has returned. Spurred on by Zerathul's prophecies, Kerrigan and her swarm set out to destroy Amon's hybrid forces, hoping to stop the coming oblivion. With the threat of the Zerg Queen absent, the Protoss hierarch Artanis raised a massive invasion fleet, left the Dark Templar world of Shakuras, and committed to restore his people's former glory by reclaiming their lost homeworld of Aiur.
Templar. At long last, we stand at the threshold of destiny. For today, we will restore the glory of our legacy. Today, we will retake what we have lost and reclaim our homeworld. And may the Khala's light guide us.
The invasion fleet stands ready. We await only your command, Hierarch.
You must halt this invasion at once.
Zeratul?
Templar! Arrest this traitor!
No! We will hear him out.
The end war has come. Amon, the Dark One, has returned.
This heretic cannot be trusted.
This invasion is a distraction from the true battle ahead. Amon's fury will engulf the entire galaxy.
Do not forget that it was his interference that brought ruin to Aiur.
And that burden weighs heavily upon me. Artanis, I have found a way to stand against the coming darkness. You must believe me.
We have been through much together, Zeratul. But far too many have sacrificed, in the hopes that this moment would come to pass. Executor! Commence the invasion!
Poor Zeratul looked so dejected.
The reclamation of Aiur is underway. We are preparing to siege the warp network at Coruscant now.
Well done, Selendis. Once the warp conduits are free of infestation, our forces will strike as one across the surface of Aiur.
The Templar await your command, Hierarch.
I'm gonna hotkey my ranged units separately from my zealots because of one of the achievements.
Warriors, Aiur awaits you. March forth and take it!
You can see some attack forces along the other edges as well. Get your first look at the new Dragoons here. So one of the achievements is to lose fewer than 100 units. So for now, we're just going to run in there with our Zealots. But in the future, we're going to focus on keeping my Zealots alive, because the majority of your casualties will be Zealots. But again, just for the start here, we got to run in with the Zealots. The Colossi, though, will give us a huge breather.
I have diverted some Colossi to join your forces. Use them well, Artanis.
Okay, now we pull back. And we can use our Colossi to just destroy these spine crawlers. This is where you can save Zealot lives pretty easily. I mean, it's boring, but you just sit here and you let your Colossi outrange the static defense. So we're going to be doing not a lot of that, but enough of it to ensure that we get the achievement with less than 100 units lost. The other achievement goes hand in hand with this, which is get a certain amount of kills with your Colossi. So by letting our Colossi do this, they should get that amount of kills. And then let's also destroy all these disgusting creep pustules. Hidden achievement. Hidden Jayborino achievement, I should say. Alright, so we're going forward. We leave the Zealots in the back, and we can always run in with the Zealots if we feel like we need them. But for now, we just lead with our ranged group. And this is also a good idea to hotkey both together. I like the Phoenix that chase around the air units. Because then your Immortals are sitting under the Colossi in case anything gets on top of them. Okay, there's our blink. More units incoming, and again, I'm pretty sure my ranged units can handle this. Just keeping an eye out on my stalkers. We can always blink them out. And more spine crawler outranged destruction. Okay, looking good. Move on in. Destroy, destroy, destroy. There we go. Okay, always be wary when crossing bridges, because there's usually stuff over here that'll cause you some problems. We want to leave the stalkers in the back.
There is a Zerg hive cluster near your warriors. If possible, we should destroy it.
Okay, I think this is one where we just want to run in with our Zealots as well, but we can lead with the Immortals, because again, they've got that barrier to keep them alive, and then the Zealots will flood in from the side. We're going to lose one Immortal here. That's okay. That's a tough bridge to cross with no casualties. Destroy this. Destroy this. I try not to miss any of these. I'm very diligent. I don't know where they all are, but as I see them.
Well fought, my warriors. Let us return our focus to reclaiming the warp conduit.
Okay, and destroying the hives gets you some reinforcements. Mostly zealots. I think exclusively zealots and stalkers. I think we missed the phoenix shooting a broodlord into the statue thing. Okay, same thing here. We clump up. Zealots kind of hang out to the side. And then Colossi are going to do the majority of the work. While my stalkers and immortals sit underneath them. So while immortals are pricey to lose, losing only one immortal there as opposed to a bunch of other stuff is still pretty worth it. Okay, let's back up for a moment. And then the Colossi we want to be the ones that... I mean, they can kill all of this themselves. So let's just allow our immortals to get some of their shields back and recharge their ability to get the barrier up. Alright, I quite like this as an opening mission. People used to make fun of it, well, they probably still do. It's just say, oh, you just F2 your army. And you can. You can F2 with everything. You lose all your zealots, but you'll be able to finish. But I like it because it kind of shows you the Protoss at the height of their power at this point, as we're reclaiming Aiur. And then the campaign kind of moves forward from there. I think it's a good starting point, is what I'm saying here. Alright, we're just about at the first objective. Again, we're just letting our Colossi handle all these errant Zerglings and the Spine Crawlers so that we don't have to run units into them. That's a lot of stuff. Let's back up momentarily. Also, if you let all the Zerglings clump up, then they die to splash damage easier. We get a crashing mothership. Pretty wild stuff. Alright, so now we're going to move on in. We can finish this up, get our first objective, and we'll get a bunch of reinforcements. Did I miss any gross creep things?
The conduit is ours. Warp down reinforcements.
As you command.
2 warp conduits remain in the grip of the Zerg. Ready yourselves, brethren. We move for victory.
Okay, this next section you can stand to save a ton of zealots, because it's sort of the Baneling part of the map. It's the Baneling section. So lead with the Immortals and the Colossi, and we're just going to slowly destroy a lot of this pre-placed Baneling junk. So we're just going to lure this stuff in one by one, move in, inch forward. Don't let the stalkers...
There are more hives in the surrounding area. Destroying them would deal the Zerg a crippling blow.
Don't let the stalkers get in the front, except that one right there, apparently. More Banelings. Again, we can outrange them, and this is why we're leaving the Zealots behind. Wait, destroy this. Extremely important. Possibly the most important thing that could happen on this map. Don't go up there, because there's a Guardian up there. We're just going to destroy what we can. Then we'll move up with the Zealots behind this. Again, this is kind of a goofy way to approach this, but it works. Now we can F2 in. Please ignore the Spine Crawler, thank you. Okay, Guardian down. I love all the little details here with all the infested Protoss doodads. Really cool looking. Destroy this! Most important thing. Alright, the crashed mothership is up there. We'll get some reinforcements. But first, let us... oh, well, that's not where I wanted those to go. But first I want to attack into this hive. And we'll flood in with the Zealots behind so that we don't carelessly lose them.
Warriors, annihilate it.
We strike as one.
There's a lot of emphasis going on with this whole unity thing with the Khala here at the beginning.
This hive cluster has fallen. Continue on, brothers.
Okay. Some Zealots and Stalkers. Add these to our groups. Excellent. Our ranged group is looking solid. Again, losing that one Immortal did hurt, but it was... a small price to pay to save everything else. All right, we're going to attack to this mothership so that we can save the survivors.
Hierarch, we thank you for your aid. Allow us to join you in battle.
There's the crashed mothership that we saw falling down. Okay, so this next section is a bit of a trap. I think anytime there's these like ramps and bridges, there's usually a trap. We want to get the Zealots kind of in the back here. We're going to separate our ranged groups and our melee groups. That should do it. And then these poor Stalkers. Again, we can always blink them, though. And we just want to be ready to run the Zealots in to help. We have so many Zealots separate. Again, most of these would be dead in a typical Typical just F2 auto attack. Many of them would die. And the way a lot of this stuff pops up and unburrows is interesting. But see, you can do this with virtually no losses because you can have them all kind of flood in separately. And then the Hydralisk will, you know, pick one of the Colossi to target, and it's fine. And then most important of all, of course, destroy these things. Okay, now I'm going to move down. We've got another hive up here that we can destroy. Excellent. A lot of our zealots are at low HP. That's unfortunate because they're probably going to bite it here at the end. A lot of them were mothership survivors as well. Okay, so I believe there's an Ultralisk up here. This is why I keep my Immortals and Stalkers hotkeyed along with my Colossi, because I'm moving with the Colossi to engage, and then the Immortals are just sitting underneath them, and they can blast Ultralisks like this. You can see how fast they go down. And then we get in there with our other units. Colossi taking some hull damage. It doesn't matter. These Zealots don't need to rush in and die.
May the Khala guide our blades.
These drones are on strike.
Another hive lies in ruins. Only one remains, my warriors.
Okay, even more units. I like that. Add these to our ranged group. Add these to our melee group. How many zealots do we have? 66 zealots. Keeping them alive, baby. I don't know how many you'd have to have total by the end of the map to have not lost 100, but I'm pretty sure as long as we played as safe as we have up until now, you can lose a lot at the very end, but this is okay. This next area is where we're going to lose a lot of stuff, because unfortunately, it's just a meat grinder with a ton of Nidus worms, and the only way to kill them is to just run in there with everything. So let's do exactly that. Don't let the Stalkers get too far in the front. Just with the amount of Hydralisks, it's just wild. Okay, I'm not too concerned about the Guardians.
Second warp conduit is activating now.
Psi matrix signal confirmed. Reinforcements warping in at your location.
Okay, and then we get more reinforcements. We have so many zealots. All right, this next section is another trap. So let's separate our ranged and our melee. Oh, get out of here, Queen. What are you doing? Okay, stay over here. 69 zealots, the perfect number. Okay, so this part, a ton of Zerglings are going to unburrow. Whoa. These zealots want to be elsewhere. Let's separate our groups. Being a little overly cautious about losing these zealots. It really shouldn't matter. I'm going to put some Stalkers in the front because they can blink. And we want to be very, very cautious with triggering these units. So we just sort of run over, and then that happens.
This brood is coordinated. Their actions are intelligent, beyond feral Zerg.
You speak truly, Zeratul. An unseen hand moves them. We must be on guard.
Okay, unfortunately, I think we're going to lose a Colossus here. Ooh, it's saved. Oh, God. Please be so careful. All right, get in the back, friend. Please. Okay, and now I think we have to run across with the Zealots. That's the only way. You know, maybe some Immortals up front would be fine, but we got to run into this huge amount of Hydralisks. So you guys blink back. Blink back. Now we start using the Zealots. But again, that's just a big old trap. You're bound to lose a bunch of stuff if you just run in there, which I kind of did, but, you know, we ended up doing fine. Okay, Colossi, lead the way. Start pecking away. You can also turn off charge on your Zealots if you want to save a few more of them. Okay, let's get in there. A little disappointed Artanis couldn't spring for some upgrades before we came here, because the Zerg have 1-1. What do we have? Nothing. 0-0. Nice work.
The final hive has fallen. Let this be the first victory of many. Aiur will be restored.
Okay, more Zealots. We have 78. That's what I like to see. Did I miss any gross pustule things back here? I don't think so. Okay, and now we have to move into the last section, which is more Nidus Worms. So I'm just going to run up this ramp. You know, we separate our ranged and our melee. We run them in so that all of our zealots can properly attack. And again, it's more Nidus Worms, so we just want to get in there.
The final conduit lies before us. Show the Zerg no mercy.
Okay, and then we're going to get ready to back up here with our zealots. With everybody, really.
Firstborn, your fate is sealed.
Is it?
Impossible. Hybrid and Aiur. It is they who have been leading the Zerg. We stand unified.
Okay. Things revealed. Alright, let's split our groups again. There's some infestors here that can kill any of your weakened zealots very easily with fungal growth. Wait. Is there another one? Did I miss any? Hang on. I must scour the area. I don't think so. Okay, same thing here. We're just going to lure units in. There's the burrowed infestors. And I think maybe we can force a fungal from him. No, we can't. I think they need to see more than a few units for them to actually use that. But our ranged units, again, we're just going to use to kind of bait out as much of this junk as possible. There's the fungal. We're going to kill the banelings, and now we're going to auto-attack in. Don't get killed by spine crawlers, please. Okay, one of those already blew its load on fungal. Is it? We cut him off before he could finish trash talking. Wait, get it! Did we miss any? No, I think we got them all.
The warp conduits have been secured. Our starfighters are moving to take this fight across the surface.
Take command of the invasion, Executor. Zeratul, you and I must discuss this most recent turn of events further.
Zeratul not as sad anymore because we're actually willing to listen to him. We only lost 52 units, 100% of creep removed. Those goofy little things I was destroying doesn't actually count towards that. It's just destroying creep tumors and hives. We killed 239 units with Colossi. It's one short of doubling the achievement and then lose fewer than 100 units. We lost almost less than half of that. Very close. And one thing I want to point out, so the mastery for this one was to go really fast. You have to do a full clear of the map, destroy all the Zerg structures and units, I think, also, in less than 10 or maybe 11 minutes. Clearly, we were way over that. I want to say Legacy of the Void's master achievements, most of them, I would say probably 2/3 at least, are some sort of time-based challenge or to play a map in an opposite order. And, you know, I've already gone over the idea of how I'm approaching the achievements for this series, and I'm going to be getting fewer mastery achievements for Legacy of the Void than I did for Heart of the Swarm, I think, just because a lot of them don't really go with the mission flows that well. Let's watch this.
It seems the end war you warned of has begun. Tell me, old friend, what is it you have learned?
I have witnessed the end of all things. Horrific legions of hybrid, raising world upon world. In the darkness, lording over them, a shadowy form. Amon.
Yet, you spoke of a way to stand against him.
This vision was a benevolent one, as if an ancient voice called out from beyond. The keystone shall usher you unto hope.
Keystone?
I saw a burst of light revealing the Zelnaga artifact on the Terran world of Korhal. It is the keystone of this vision. The prophecies speak of Zelnaga standing against Amon in the end times. I believe this keystone will guide us to them.
I have always trusted you, Zeratul, but the burdens of leadership demanded much of me. There are times I am uncertain whether I was truly ready for such weight.
doubt is unfounded, young Artanis. You must embrace what you have become, if you are to be the leader we now need.
You will go to James Raynor on Core Hall and receive this keystone. I will marshal our forces for the war ahead. When you return, the Templar will be ready. Entaro Tassadar, old friend.
Entaro Artanis, brother.
Nope, that's for next mission. Well, that was a nice little meeting/reconciliation planning session. Alright, thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you next time as we continue Legacy of the Void. Bye now.